So it's a great pleasure for me to be back co-hosting Asteroid Day live for the fourth year in a row. And this year, of course, is slightly different as we're not live in the studio in Luxembourg, but we're doing this all digitally. And I'm so happy to be having a one-on-one interview with a fellow Swede today, an ESA astronaut and physicist who made space history in Sweden by becoming the first Swedish astronaut in space, 2006 and in 2009. So I say a warm welcome to Christer Fuglesang.
Thank you. Very nice to be here. I'm happy.
Nice to have you here. And what a beautiful background. I presume you're in Sweden?
I'm in Sweden, in the archipelago, at our summer
Beautiful.
house, getting ready for midsummer right now.
The midsummer celebrations. Now, Christer, you were one of the early signers of the 100X declaration that is a calling for increasing the asteroid discovery rate exponentially, 100 times per year in the next 10 years. And it's been signed by many esteemed physicists, astronauts, Nobel laureates, and yourself. Why is an early warning of asteroid impact and accelerating asteroid discovery such an essential part of planetary defense?
Well, I think that one of the biggest risks for our society, humanity, is actually that a very big asteroid could hit the Earth, like what happened with the dinosaurs 67 million years ago. So it's not very likely, but the consequences is worse than anything else we can think of. So that's why it's very important to make sure we can detect them early, because if we can detect them early, we don't need much force to actually kind of nudge it so that it doesn't hit the Earth. And that's the reason why we need to look so we can find them early.
And it's great, so great to have you supporting Asteroid Day as well. Why is this kind of initiative also so important?
It's important because people then understand the problem. And that means that the society can accept that we actually put some little bit money, it's not much money, but we put a little money into this so we can together find them and then make sure it won't happen for us. And people need to understand it to accept it. That's it.
And I mean, speaking of that, we're currently dealing with unprecedented times in human history where we are under the pandemic COVID-19, which also implies isolation and quarantine. And I'm also thinking, as an astronaut, both on missions and in training, I presume training within isolation and also under stress must be something that you get familiar with. Is this something that you could then transition into how you cope now in this time? And is there maybe techniques that you could share with the viewers?
Well, you do get some practice, I think, to kind of be isolated. And I think the important thing is to think of taking care of yourself and live in a regular kind of rhythm and follow daily routines, I think helps. You can still communicate a lot. And I mean, from this space station, you have very good communication tools with the Earth. And we have that on Earth with each other also, with the social media and everything. So, and then, look forward. It will be an end, and just accept it as it is right now.
Yeah, I think acceptance is probably part of the narrative.
Yeah.
And humans have always survived one way or another. But bringing it back to you, you are currently the director of the KTH, the Royal Institute of Technology in Sweden, and their Space Center. And I also know that you're sort of looking into an exciting innovation around sunshades. Share a bit about that with us.
Yeah, that's another kind of threat to us on Earth, that we are putting too much greenhouse gases in the atmosphere and the temperature rises. Hopefully we can control that by decreasing the amount of emission. But if we do not, how can we then control the temperature increase? Well, one way could be to put actually sunshades in space, which doesn't have much of a kind of bad side effects either. You can remove them if you need to. And it's been speculated before, but it's been thought of just unrealistically expensive. But due to the progress and the development of new rocket launchers, in particular what SpaceX is doing now, the Starliner, it will not be unrealistically expensive to do this if we need it in, let's say, 20 years from now. and you put huge, or rather very many sunshades between the Earth and the Sun. And an interesting technology here is that you actually can use solar sailing. So use the power of the solar light to actually move the sunshades to where you need them. So you need the sunshades and solar sails. Both needs to be very large and very thin and light, and so you can use them to both. So I'm looking a bit into this.
Well, definitely sounds like an exciting and relevant innovation. And I also want to congratulate you because I know you've written a lot of children's books that also weaves in the theme of climate change, and that one is going to be made into a film later this year. But as we're running out of time, I just want to mention, because in conjunction with Asteroid Day, we have thousands of global events around the world that are there to celebrate Asteroid Day. We even have it in the Nordics, apart from Sweden. And I mean, having our own hero from Sweden, we have to change this. So I thought we could conclude this interview by, in union, having a call out or a shout out of call to action among viewers or organizations who can, take on organizing an Asteroid Day event in Sweden, in Stockholm, or anywhere in Sweden, and it could hopefully have your blessing and maybe be incentivized a bit by you. Would you be willing to do that?
Absolutely. So now we'll celebrate Asteroid Day 2020 very soon here, and then Asteroid Day 2021, we will also do it in Sweden.
Definitely. Christer, thank you so much for sharing your knowledge, your time, and expertise. Stay safe and healthy. And with that, I say to all of our viewers, happy Asteroid Day.
Happy Asteroid Day.
And with that, happy Asteroid Day.
Happy Asteroid Day. Go!